Good morning. I am Bria DJ, investigating here for you in Prespa about the monster in the lake that you can see behind me. The military force is obviously very, very present here in Prespa. Why? Is the security of the town at risk? Why are the people trying to hide something from us? In your opinion, do you think that there is a link between the military force and the monster in the lake?
Πρέπει να υπάρχει πρόβλημα γιατί ο κόσμος φοβάται πάρα πολύ και ίσως γι' αυτό έχει έρθει και ο στρατός εδώ πέρα. Υπάρχει σοβαρό θέμα.
What is interesting perhaps is stories we have heard from fishermen that when they go fishing or some other people when they stand high near the lake on the surrounding mountains, they talk about some very big shadows in the lake.
No one has ever tried to prove the existence of to prove that these shapes were really these catfish?
No, it's difficult to assume that because Lake Megali Prespa is quite deep, so you can't really go in there and search. Or maybe these so-called monsters are not as famous as the Loch Ness monster, so nobody has really tried to verify what's going on.
This is the fisherman's village near the big lake. Do you believe that maybe there's some kind of monster living in the lake?
Oh, maybe. Maybe, if you have a fantastic case, maybe.
On the island? Okay, can I come and see you some way to talk to you about to ask you questions about your profession, to talk to you about the lake? We are now leaving the fisherman's village and going towards the island to meet another fisherman, to interview him on his boat and ask him about the monster, the existence of this monster in the lake.
It's an old lake. There exist many legends like that for many things, about fishermen, about some things is following you, like for example when I go to fishing and I'm fishing alone, when I put my net in the water, sometimes I feel something back of me, I think someone is following me, something like that. When I turn I don't see anything. There exists legend like that. And also like fishermen who disappear in the place when the lake is not so rough and the lake is not so dangerous for fishing to go, and the disappeared fishermen they found after 1 month.
Can you tell me about the monster living in the Prespa lake?
Εγώ δεν έχω ακούσει κάτι τέτοιο, αλλά οι λίμνες στο Πρεσπόνι μόνο αγγέλους βγάζουν. Δεν υπάρχουν τέρατα.
The fishermen in the fishermen's village say that sometimes they see shapes, shadows in the lake. What do you think about that?
Αυτά είναι από τα παράξενα τα οποία εγώ πρώτη φορά ακούω. Δεν έχω...
One question.
Δεν ξέρω Ιγγλέζικα.
Εγώ μεταφράζω άμα θέλετε.
Have you ever heard of that? She translates. We now have a compilation of interviews with local people and fishermen. Some say that they have witnessed some events, that they have seen shapes, that they have heard voices while on the lake. Some people have created obstacles for me so that I will not discover the truth. The authorities have also told us that there is no monster living in the lake. Is this the truth or is it a trick to attract the tourists? Come and see for yourselves. Bria DJ.
It's true that this report had an enormous impact all over the world, but Bria was too concerned about not having any concrete evidence to insist on the fact that the monster did indeed exist. As a result, a huge amount of material was rejected in order to maintain the precarious political, military and social equilibrium in Prespa. These incredible pictures haven't been included in the wider report, mainly because of the poor quality of the images, but also because at the time we had no proof that this was a fierce attack against the monster. Later, analysing the images in the cutting room, we realised that the aircraft belonged to the Italian Civil Protection Service. So the immediate question we were all asking became, what was a civil protection aircraft from Italy doing over Lake Prespa?
As you can see behind me, the military forces of NATO are employés.
These pilots are actually experts in special manoeuvres designed to collect water for extinguishing forest fires. We mistook their action over Lake Prespa for a fierce chemical attack against the monster. Without intending to, we had obviously photographed an extremely important moment in the capture of the monster. At this point, the most logical thing to do was to follow the monster. The aircraft was probably supposed to carry its cargo to the military base of Sigonella in Sicily, which we all know is NATO's aircraft control and command centre in the eastern Mediterranean. In fact, our informers were right. Only a few days before we arrived in Palermo, we were informed that there had been strange movements around a group of special containers, then concealed inside one of the military barracks and protected by a whole division of armoured tanks. Later on, they were taken by sea to the mainland, and from there, presumably to Rome.
Sono un addetto al camion blindato. La mia missione è di sorvegliare il lago e di sparare a vista a qualsiasi cosa esca dal lago. Non ho mai visto nulla, però la mattina quando ricarico le munizioni, le ricarico perché il caricatore è vuoto e suppongo che la notte qualcuno spari.
Hello? Are you recording? Give me the microphone. Give me. Si. Who are you? Who are you? What do you want from me? Yes, okay. When can I meet you? Tomorrow at the Coliseum. What time? Okay, how do you know me? Shit, he hung up.
Qui dentro ci sono tutti i documenti che vi servono, sono prove che dicono che i soldi li ha messi l'America, che il mostro esiste così come avevate sospettato, perché abbiamo persone in tutto lo Stato, delle persone che sanno dove mettere le mani, e voi dovete rendere tutto questo pubblico. Noi non lo possiamo fare, ovviamente, siamo un gruppo di persone che non hanno la possibilità di apparire in pubblico, dobbiamo rimanere nell'ombra. Noi dobbiamo fare in modo che loro non se ne possano approfittare, che non possano distruggere il nostro paese con tutti gli scandali che ci sono, con tutte le persone di poco valore. Dobbiamo ritornare ai vecchi valori, dobbiamo ritornare a quella che era l'Italia un tempo, quando l'Italia nel mondo contava, quando era nel tavolo dei potenti.
I think we have it. I think we have it.
Loving you feels so good. Guess I knew that it would. I'm walking with you to feel the grass up to our...
Moi, j'habite à Athènes, c'est ma principale résidence. Je viens ici seulement pour les vacances. Moi, je n'ai pas du tout envie de voir personne qui vient ici voir le monstre. Ça me dérange. Moi, j'ai pas envie d'avoir trop de gens qui viennent, des journalistes. C'est folie, moi je ne crois pas que ça va porter du tourisme, du bon tourisme ici à Prespa.
Just think what effect such a clamorous revelation would have on property values for the rich landowning oligarchy. They'd come crashing down over the whole territory as hordes of common tourists moved in to see the monster.
We are now in the Psedaris village, a fisherman's village just near Prespa. Can you tell us a little bit about this village?
Yes, now it's a small village because there live until 65 people. We don't have a school because they don't have small children. All the children they are going in the big school in Agios Germanos. Here the most people are old men who have a little bit young. Before years there live many people.
We cut that part because the BBC had to approve it, and it has to be interesting to the people who will watch this documentary. We had to concentrate on the evidence, on people that gave us evidence about the existence of this monster.
The existence of the monster could actually transform the existence of the whole plebeian community, and they'd be able to emerge triumphant from the economic slump.
I have been contacted by the Italian government to have some research on a kind of samples they gave me. When I analyzed them under the microscope, I saw really very, very strange shapes and cells and other objects in the microscope. I couldn't tell whether they were from an animal or whatever. So when I asked them, but what this piece could come from, and they didn't give me a good answer. Either they say they don't know either, or they say that we cannot say it openly.
Although in the bottom of our hearts we were hoping for the existence of some extraordinary creature, the so-called monster, We always tried to provide a rational scientific explanation, like, for example, the climatic factor, or the depth of the lake, which could make it possible for the eggs of prehistoric animals to be preserved. But the revelation in the interview with the scientists went far beyond that, even opening up possibilities of extraterrestrial life.
Does it really come from another planet? I don't know.
Would you please describe to me the geopolitical situation of the Bermuda Triangle, so Greece, Albania and Macedonia, please?
The Prespa Lakes has three properties. One is owned by Albania, one is Macedonia's part and the Greece part.
To whom does the monster belong to exactly? Which country?
I think that Greece, who used the him forces to take the property of the monster, because this lake we cannot define where the monster, in which of the side of the lake the monster can be.
I have evidence from the Secret Services and the Scientific Institute that the monster from Prespa really exists and that today it is in Italy. The Italian government is obviously very, very implicated. What can you do?
Ma questa cosa che mi stai dicendo mi preoccupa tantissimo e mi farò sicuramente partecipe rispetto alla mia componente politica per poter vedere se riusciamo a mettere in piedi un'interrogazione parlamentare. In Italia ci sono più governi, cioè sicuramente questo è un dato che forse dovreste prendere in atto anche come giornalisti. Cioè, c'è un governo ufficiale, ce n'è uno dei servizi segreti che va per conto suo. Come componente politica di gestire... È
lei Bria, la giornalista?
Sì. Ma cosa sta succedendo? Che succede? Che sta succedendo? Ma chi siete? Che cosa state facendo? Perché fate questo? Scusate, perché state facendo?
È tutto a posto adesso.
Chi siete?
Sono un controllo.
These are the last pictures of Bria I've got, and not a day passes without me searching for her, without me trying to understand what happened and what's become of her, like so many other victims of investigative journalism. I wanted to express a deep debt of gratitude to you, Bria, for your free and independent reporting, bringing hope to the oppressed, to the victims of violence, of injustice, of persecution, of absurd privileges which infest the world. Through you, your convictions, and your work, the guardianship of civil rights has taken on a new form, new vigour, and we are just a little nearer to creating a better society, a better and kinder world founded on the highest values of collaboration and solidarity. Nobody can say we're heroes, because we're actually terrified, so weighed down by this fear that without it we could even fly. This year, Bria's video report on Prespa is a candidate for the Pulitzer Prize.